and welcome. I am Sasha Gilbert, and joining me again this evening for part two is Thomas Parkinson. Hello, Thomas.
Hello, Sasha.
How are you doing this evening?
I am doing great. I just love talking with you. It's always a joy.
Likewise, my friend, likewise. We have our team call every Tuesday, and I think that that is probably my favorite day of the week. It just gets me off to such a great start, the motivation and the inspiration. You truly are a fantastic leader, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But before we get
Ditto.
started, I'm going to remind you of your previous interview with me where you gave the example of the deck of cards and you were looking for an ace of heart. And you got a 2 of club, and you weren't gonna waste your time and energy trying to change that 2 of club. It's a 2 of club. You just put it aside and kept looking for that ace of heart. What is it that you're looking for when you say the ace of hearts?
I'm looking for a number of things. Okay, first off, frankly, is there a life force there? What do I mean by that? Is the person kind of so this is their excitement level, or are they excited? Is there a life force? Is the light on? Okay, that's like number one. Is your light on? Okay, are you alive? Let's check for a pulse. But it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop there. I mean, there's a lot more to it than just do you have a pulse. And one of the big things is, what is your why? Why are you looking? Why are we talking? Or why would I want to talk to you? You know, what is it that drives you? Is it something that is really inspirational to you? And an inspiration could be something as simple as I've really got to get, a new 95-inch color TV, whatever. But that's something that we can begin to build on. Okay, we can begin to find out more about an individual and really, what kind of person are they? Are they a quality person? By quality, do they have integrity? Do they, have they? I like to people with dents in their fenders. I mean, there was an old song about dents in my fender, hole in my jeans. Those are good people because they're still standing. I like people that have some scars on them, right? And are still in the fight. I like people, most importantly, that are, optimistic. Optimism is really big because if they believe in themselves, they believe in things getting better as time goes on, right? I will, I'm saying pursue, that's wrong. I will persist until I succeed, is what Og Mandino said in The Greatest Salesman in the World. I will persist until I succeed. If they're willing to do that, then we can have, tremendous success together. But if it's, oh, I stubbed my toe, I'm done. My idea of being a self-starter is I show up at work on time most days. No, not. I'm not looking for. In fact, you could show up for on time every day. Okay, but if you're, frame of references, I want to be an employee. No, no, no. I'm looking for somebody that wants to do something great. Someone that
Yes.
wants to make a difference, in the world and a difference, in their life. Everybody says, I want more money. That's terrific. Everybody wants more money. Money gives you choices. What would you want that money to do for you and your family? That's what I'm looking for. You know, there are numerous reasons why someone won't answer that question. And they all lead to, I really come back to lack of confidence and confusion and lack of clarity. What gets you up in the morning? What keeps you up at night? Tell me about your
Wow.
relationships, with your family, your friends. Do you
Because
have
they need that, right? They need that passion and that drive.
Absolutely. They need to love people. They need a sense of humor. Believe it. I mean, I'm pretty intense right now, but people need a sense of humor. You can't take yourself, seriously. Uh, John Maxwell once said, it was beautiful, great quote. He said, the greatest determinant to how many people are going to be at your funeral is what the weather is.
Huh.
Okay. And he said, and 5 minutes after they put you in the ground, they'll be talking about the potato salad. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
So why take ourselves that seriously? Why take life that seriously? Yes, it's precious, but we're all going to make mistakes. I think last time I talked about the permanent file that would follow me through life. That's BS. So what am I looking for? Okay, are they functional in society? Are they self-starters? Are they go-getters? Can they handle rejection? How do they handle rejection? I mean, those are things that are important.
Absolutely. I learned a very incredible word over the last year that I'd never really known before, and that was next. And
Yeah.
that's how I handle rejection because it's not personal. And they just weren't the ace of heart. They didn't need my help or want it, and that's okay because we are on a mission and you just keep going. So that's incredible. Well, I think I'm very optimistic. And so the other day when you were talking about the glass half full versus half empty, I came this close to unmuting myself and saying all of you are wrong because in my world, the glass is 100% full. Half with water, half with air. It's completely full.
There
But
you
I
go.
didn't. I had self-control. So
That's amazing. And I'm going to go back and circle my calendar on that day, celebrating your moment of self control. I, I
they're
mean,
rare.
it's very, very true. Self control is important, and how you see things is everything. You know,
Absolutely.
how you see things is everything.
You mentioned a few times that the people you're looking for, they have to love people and want
Yeah.
to help people. Could you maybe explain to our viewers exactly how we're helping people?
Well, sure. You know, I want to roll back many, many years to sitting with a husband and wife. It was in the evening, and I presented for each of those, and they had several kids, young kids, and I said, I really don't mean to be ghoulish, but you're at a point where you can do something fabulous for your children. And he interrupted me and he said, let me tell you what ghoulish is. Okay. Ghoulish is I'm still paying for my baby's funeral.
Oh, ouch.
It's hard
Well,
not to
that
get
got
emotional.
dark real fast, Thomas. Wow.
Right? It's
That
hard.
that's so
I
true.
have not told that story in decades. And in
Wow.
telling it now, it's just as if I was at their house, and that weight hitting. So we help people in that way. I think one of the great mistakes of the industry is they, no other way to say it than they undervalue women.
Very true.
I mean, I have a friend, her father and mother, they owned a business together. He was insured for several $1,000,000 life wise. And the agent said, well, if she dies, $50,000 will cover any of her final expenses and then some. So that's the way it was. Uh, Probably was on a Sunday. They were in a very bad auto accident. She was killed instantly, and he was permanently disabled in a very bad way.
Oh, wow.
And so over, months, they lost their business, they lost their house, they lost their cars, they lost everything. How we help people is doing our job and doing it correctly. That's how we help people.
Absolutely.
A husband and wife, wow, you got my fire going here. Husband and wife. Okay, really, who is, in my opinion, who's more important to the family, the husband or the wife? To me, it's the wife. So, a husband dies if they have kids. Okay, and we can replace the paycheck, right? We can mathematically calculate what they call the human life value. Doesn't that sound sinister?
Yes.
Right? But we can calculate that. And so, he's making so much a month, a year, and we can calculate, we're going to send the kid to college, we're going to pay off the house, we're going to do this and that, right? And good luck, wife. Okay, and we'll give you some money on a monthly basis and good luck. But if something happens to the mother, to the wife, she's not just the mother and wife. Okay, she's the chauffeur. She is, the housekeeper. She is, yeah, the mother's, doing all this stuff. And if she's not there to do it, what happens to the family? In so many ways. I mean, economically, if she's contributing to the household or she's the primary earner in the household, it's not just
Hmm.
about replacing her income. What are you going to do to meet the other family needs, the ones that, were packaged in with mom or the wife? Okay, that you can't package in. You're going to hire it done. I'm going to get, you can't. Okay, so let's put a $25,000 policy on her. So if she dies, you can bury her and we'll just roll on. Oh, by the way, the kids have a game, so you have to take off work to go see the kid. Oh, the kid is sick, so you can't go to work. You have to stay home. Oh, this happens, that happens. And oh, you lost your income too. Oh, something called COVID. Oh, yeah, well, oh, the house? No, that's gone.
Boy, Thomas, tell me how you really feel.
Well, I mean, that's how I really feel.
Absolutely.
If somebody takes their life savings, I mean, yeah, and it's up here one day and a year later it's down there. Okay, if it loses 50%, it takes 100% gain to get back to zero.
Yeah.
We can help people with that. People run out of money. The biggest fear is not, the number one biggest fear is speaking in public. Okay, and I think the number two is running out of money. People run out of money in retirement. They are up the creek.
SOL. I think we can say that on YouTube.
Yeah, they're up the creek. Okay. Well, we can help people so they don't run out of money.
Yeah.
There's so many, but we don't know how we can help someone until we meet with them And what I love about virtual financial is I don't have to meet with them. I
Amen to
don't have
that.
the time to keep up with all the changes in the industry, all the changes in the laws, all the changes in the products, all the changes in the providers. I don't have time to keep up with that. But we have dedicated financial professionals that, and I pray for them every night, they love to keep up with that stuff. So what that means is I get to do what I love to do, and they get to do what they love to do. So we both win. But the really, really big winner is the person that we introduce to them. That's what I love about virtual financial. And you know, that's the passion. So, okay, you know, say something that I can make a joke and lift the crowd or two, right?
No, I really appreciate it. It's not like our normal conversations where we are really just happy and just so excited about life, but what you shared is so important and so critical. And sometimes we need people to understand just how real that is.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate you sharing that with our viewers and with me.
Yeah.
But, on a happier note, I love what you said about how you get to choose because I think we all have experience in the industry where we had to do everything from point to point. And there were certain parts of the job you just didn't like. And that has been my favorite part about virtual financial.
Yeah.
Even though I'm capable and I can do the entire job, there are certain parts I just don't like. They don't bring me joy. And so I get to choose to do 2 of the 3 roles that make me jump out of bed in the morning excited for another day. And that
Mm-hmm.
is just incredible. Such a
It is.
gift.
Absolutely, absolutely is.
And I'm in awe of not only our founder, Chris Delfino, but to the rest of you that helped him, over the last decade building this incredible company, just knowing where technology was going to take us, knowing what you could do with it, and deciding that you were going to change how business was done. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. And you are a huge part of that. That's got to feel good.
You know, it really it does. You know, talk about making a difference. You bring something up though that you know I we so frequently just kind of glance over. And yes, the systems are amazing. Okay, the you know what has been created here, trial and error. You know, you may hear Chris say hundreds of years, and you go, well, you haven't. You know, the company hasn't been around that long. Yeah, but we've been around that long. You know, you take the you know the experience of the leadership, and you are talking hundreds and hundreds of years. But to me, the greatest value of this company is its people, and it's heart for people, heart for people, and the people I work with are just awesome. They're just really awesome. You know, they care. They make a difference. They're some of the nicest and most positive and compassionate people that I found anywhere. And what I love is that we want to share with the company, with each other. We, like you said earlier, if someone succeeds, you want to be in the front row clapping the loudest for their success. Because a rising tide raises all boats, right? And
Absolutely.
it's just important to know that you're acknowledged, your success is acknowledged, that people are not threatened by your success, but people are encouraged by your success as you are encouraged by their success. And so it's a completely different way of looking at life, looking at business than the traditional world. The people are different. Yeah, they love people. They want people to succeed. they're uplifters, they're not put downers. It's a great place to be with great people that you can count on. It's okay to have a crappy day and, share that up and say, hey, man, this was brutal today. And know that that person that you're talking to values you and has been there, done that, experienced the same thing, and can kind of help you dust yourself off and get back to it. And it's a great feeling to be the one that, you know, you pat somebody in and you dust them off and you help them get back to it too. So it's really a win-win-win. And I haven't even talked about the money.
Stay tuned for the next episode.
Totally.
That's awesome. Building on that, I have to say, when I joined with Virtual Financial, I I can't think of a single person in the company that did not reach out to me personally saying, "I'm rooting for you. What can I do to help you, support you, encourage you? What do you need from me?" Every one of them. And
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have anything to gain financially. When you talk about where people are in the various agencies, that they're building, they had nothing to gain financially. But they all called me, including the founder of the company. And it was that team effort, that
Yeah.
company-wide effort that just set my heart on fire. And this past year has absolutely been the best year of my life. And I can't wait to see what the next year brings. This is incredible.
Yeah, I'm looking forward, forward to it. When you get a chance, I like you to put your face in a Xerox machine and run off about 500 copies of you for me.
Well, Xerox maybe. I can't fit in a 3D printer. I've had a decade of McDonald's and Mountain Dew, but on
I
that
didn't even
note, I'm
think of the
glad that we
3D
got back
printer.
to laughing.
I didn't even think about the 3D printer. Oh,
Well, Gen X are here. I'm telling you,
I
3D
know, I know, I
printers.
know.
I
Well,
don't own my own yet, but we're working on it. So just
okay,
waiting for the
all right.
prices to come down a little bit more. You can print your own. Well, I can't say. Never mind. I don't want to get like banned on YouTube for talking about,
Right, we won't
amendments to the
do.
Constitution or anything. So, um, but on that note, I just want to thank our viewers. I really hope that this episode has really given you reason to look in the mirror and decide who you are going to be today, because
Yeah.
you do get to make that choice. And Thomas, as always, it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Sasha, you are so welcome anytime. Love you and just love working with you. Can't wait to see you in a
Oh,
few months in person. So that'll be great.
I'll be there. But you know what? I completely forgot. Before we sign off, if somebody wants to work with you, Thomas, what is the best number for them to reach you at?
Well, you're talking about if they're optimistic and go getter, right? And all that
Yes.
kind of stuff, right?
If
Those
they don't
qualities.
sound like this.
If you miss that rollback and you'll pick them up again. 206 355 7357.
All right. So if you are a glass half full kind of person or a glass completely full kind of person, you've got his number. Give him a call. Have a wonderful night, Thomas. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, Sasha. You too.